Do you hear? All this time I've been muted. I'm sorry. Thank you, and welcome to another episode of the Teddy Mack Show. I don't know why I forgot to unmute myself. That's just crazy. But anyway, thanks for tuning in. Tonight we're going to be discussing a topic of why should I choose you over pleasing myself? Well, most people may think that pleasing myself is something physical, which is not really basically what it means. It just means like when you please yourself, you're taking care of yourself. It's like peace of mind could be pleasing yourself, not dealing with somebody's drama and dealing with people running in and out of your life playing games could be just pleasing yourself. Just peace of mind and solitude. Just the things of that you do to play your own simple pleasures of yourself to please yourself. And I think that's just as important. So if you're going to give that up, it has to be more than just she looks good, she has a certain body or whatever. She has to give me good reasons as to why that I need to choose her over my peace of mind and over pleasing myself. So we're going to jump into this video, but I'm going to bring a couple people in, and Miss Q, she's been on last time. If anybody don't know who she is, you want to say something, Miss Q? You want to speak up?
Absolutely. How everybody doing out there? Good to be back, and this is a very interesting topic, so I'm happy to be here.
All right. We got Roscoe here. You want to say something, Roscoe? Now he muted. He just trying to listen. Okay, that's cool. All right. So what we're gonna do is let's get into the video.
What's going on, everybody? It is your boy Tim back with another video, and today we have a very interesting topic. Today we're going to be talking about dating, which is always a fun topic. The comment sections are always amazing on a dating video, but specifically we're going to be talking about dating in your middle ages, like post 40, your 40s and 50s. I've just been seeing, not only in real life but also on the internet, more and more people in that age group, which is my age group, just saying they're done. You know, more and more people just saying, "Hey, I'm 47 and I don't think I'm ever going to date again. I'm 55 and I think I'm done." Just seeing a lot of people, maybe they came out of divorces a few years ago, they tried the dating thing, just couldn't find anybody, couldn't get anything, long lasting, anything real, and they're done. Or they're just people who, they've excuse me, been out on the market for a while and just tired of the dating scene, just over it, or people who just have come to realize, and I think I might be heading down this path, which is why I want to do this video. But I think people who are just realizing that maybe once you hit a certain age, you're just like set in your ways, especially if you haven't dated in a while. It's been almost a decade since I was in like a serious relationship. So like I think I'm just very set in my ways. You know what I mean? Like it would be very hard for someone at this age. I'm 45 now. It would be very hard for like someone to come into my life and like acclimate to like how I live my life. I know me, I kind of live a different lifestyle. That makes it harder. But just in general, it's like, I don't know. I felt like when I was younger, I was willing to make that sacrifice. Like when you're in your 20s and your 30s, it's all about meeting somebody, finding love, a family for a lot of people. As I'm getting older, it just feels like, do I even want to make that sacrifice? Do I want to switch up being able to do whatever I want to do whenever I want to do it? For what? I mean, don't get me wrong, love is a beautiful thing. True love is an amazing thing. And I know that there are aspects of this life I'll never get to experience alone. But I think the older I get, the more at peace I am with that. There was a time when I was younger, I wasn't at peace with it. It's like, oh, you got to find somebody. You got to be with somebody. You need to be in love. Now that I'm in my mid 40s, I'm kind of like, do I? Do I want to give up the freedom to travel wherever I want, go wherever I want? Do I want to give that up? You know? And I'm wondering if more and more people in this age group aren't coming to that realization. I'm wondering if more of us just are like, I'm good now, and I'd be curious for people who might be a generation above me, people in their 60s. Was this a thing 20 years ago for them, or is this a new phenomenon? Like there's a lot of, I think there's a lot of things happening that are a byproduct of new technologies we have and just the way the world is changing. And I think sometimes it takes, you know 10, 15 years to see the results. And I'm wondering if some of the things that happened in the 90s or early 2000s, um, we're seeing the byproduct of it now. But it just seems like more and more people aren't worried about it, especially once they hit middle age. They're just not worried about it. I mean, maybe it's a tough time to meet people. Maybe it's always been this way, but I feel like it's a tough age to meet people because I.
Okay, what you think about that? I mean, yeah. I think it's a tough time to meet people too. I think because a lot of the people's mentality is messed up. You know, it's social media, all this brainwashing, all this uh, status, and it's just ruined relationships. I mean, nobody seemed to be interested in any type of grassroots relationships, but they look want all this shiny stuff, but they don't understand why it's not built on anything. Well, what do you think? Q.
I'm here.
Well, what do you think?
Oh, sorry. I believe you're absolutely right. It is difficult nowadays to try to meet people because people will present themselves as something that they're not first before, and then you spend all this time with them, and then you start to see the real them, and then you're like, hey, where's the person I met? You know what I'm saying? This is not the person that I was introduced to. So it can be kind of tricky out here, especially with all the messed up mentalities that we have. You got men that are confused, right? You got and let me rephrase that. You have males that are confused and they're not really sure what they want. And it's kind of awkward, especially when they up in age and you're like, okay, you should be past that stage. You should be a little bit more grounded, and they're not. They're still living at home with their mamas, or they got a wife, but they're saying, "Oh no, we're not together." It's crazy out here. As a female, it's just it's very difficult to weed through the garbage to find the person that you're really looking for. And honestly, I know a lot of women is like, I'm tired. I don't want to go through that. I don't want to have to meet somebody and then they present themselves a certain way at first. And then as time goes on, somebody totally different. It's crazy.
Yeah, you ain't never lied. It's you never lied. A lot of people don't have a sense of anything at this point. It seems like, I mean, people are so scared of being themselves. Everything is a disguise. The women, the hair, no, the hair is a disguise. The makeup a disguise. The eyelash a disguise. The waist trainers, the BBLs, the everything is a disguise. Everybody, nobody is confident enough to be themselves anymore. I mean, it's ridiculous.
I know for me, like, where do I go to meet women in their 40s? You're not hanging out at the bars, you're not hanging out at the clubs as much anymore. Um, I feel like too, a lot of people in this age range, they got a lot of stuff going on. They don't have as much time to, like, date. Maybe more than they would have had a few years ago. Maybe when the kids were still home or whatever. But still, like, it's an age where most people got stuff going on. So where do you go to meet women in their 40s? Excuse me. Where do you go to meet women in their 40s and 50s? There's you can try the apps, and I've tried the apps, but I don't know. The apps, it just feels like a meat market, bro. I don't like the idea of swiping left on people and be. It seems very judgy on the apps. I'm like, no, no. I find myself like critiquing people and like laughing at people and like noticing people's flaws. You know what I mean? And that's not me. I would never do that in real life. I never do that in real life. But on the apps, I do it, and I'm like, I don't like this. It just seems very meat markety. No, no, no. And honestly, and I think a lot of men could attest to this. It is a looks thing on some level. So I'm not one of those guys who just does great on the apps. It's funny though, different cities. Different cities I do better. Some cities I go and I get a ton of matches, others I get none. Um, but even then, it's that whole, most women do better. An average woman on the app gets more matches than the average man. So even then, whenever I am talking with women, I feel like they've got way more options than I've got. You know what I mean? So a lot of them, you can tell they're talking to like five other guys at the same time. And like I'm big on like energy and stuff, and like I can kind of tell when someone's chatting with me or talking with me or messaging with me, and they're really into it, or they're just kind of like if it doesn't seem real, I unmatch. And what usually happens is I get on the apps for about a week and then I get disgusted, I get off. So I'm not downing the apps, they just don't seem to work for me. So I'm like, you got the apps. People will say like go to the grocery store, which seems creepy. Any place that people like, oh, go and look for one. It just seems creepy, bro.
Now, he's not lying about the apps. I had a time where I was going through the apps and it was just getting crazy. I mean, I was like, this is like, is this what this has turned into? I mean, is this what it is now? I mean, this shit is crazy. I mean, it's so much dysfunction on them apps now. I mean, I've met some women. I mean, I'm like, this is crazy. You know, I was in my relationship so long that when I got back out here, I was like, what the hell is this? It's like you go in the house, you just finished swimming, you got on flip flops and a t-shirt and everything, and you go in the house real quick to get a hot dog, and you come back outside, and the whole everything is frozen. That's what it felt like coming out of my marriage back into what's out here now. I mean, the vetting process for me is ridiculous because I mean, I can't just jump into it. I gotta see what's going on first because it's crazy out here, and like you say, I mean, you don't know who you dealing with, for a while. It get crazy. It gets real crazy.
Can I speak on that, Ted?
Go ahead.
All right. I was writing down notes as the video was playing. It is much easier for people to pretend on the apps. Because again, you take this time and you're chatting back, like the guy said, you're chatting back and forth with this person, and they seem that they're into you, and the next thing you know, you don't hear from them. It's like dead silence. You don't get no response or nothing. You're like, what the hell happened? But what he said that amazed me was he said it seems like women have more options. I don't know where he got that from because women outnumber men. So now maybe that is true to a certain extent because you have men that's out here that's only want to get with you, right? They only want to get what they can get and then they out type of situation. But to find a real man on the app, damn near impossible. You got to weed through the man. It's hard. And then it's also, trying to get to know somebody. Again, you get hit with the representative and not the person. So yeah, it can be difficult and scary because you never know who you're meeting.
Yeah, that's real. That's real. I mean, you right now it's like trying, looking for somebody that's like back in the day we had this five and dime called what GC Murphy and these other joint Woolworths and all that stuff. And in the summertime they had this big old bin with flip flops in it. And you got to go in there and pick some flip flops. You got to pair them up. You got to go in there, pick one, the left, the right, until you pick the right one, and one be raggedy as hell. You got to pick another one, and the other one falling apart, and then another one with the little thing falling through the middle. You got to force the shit back through to try to see if you can fix the thing that's enough to fix it. The shit was like 10 cents. So you was like, you just had to find your own,
I
and that's what
remember.
it's like out here now. That's
Right.
just like out here now, digging through the flip flop bin, and that's it's this one movie called Paid in Full, And I love that movie. The end of it. You know what? Wait a minute. I don't worry. I got it. Don't worry about it. We'll get back to that. But you're right. People are so comfortable with in disguise now that they don't understand. They done lost touch of who they really are. You know.
Absolutely.
I'm not going to the library, creeping around the stacks. You know what I mean? Over there by the, I was going to say card catalog, but they don't do that anymore. I don't even know what's in the library anymore. I guess the computer. I don't know. It's just, where do you go to meet women at this age? And then a lot of people at this age have been through, you know, one marriage, two marriages. I know for me, I've never been married. So if you've been divorced or divorced twice, and you, or if you've got like three kids, you know what I mean? Like, there's, for me, I know there's just a lot. I don't have a lot in common with women my age, just because I'm child free, never been married. Sometimes I run across women who are a little jaded from their past. And I'm sure I've said many times I got emotional walls built up from my past. So, when you're younger, it seems like, you believe in love and you're open to so much. We get this age, we kind of done seen some stuff. You know what I mean? And I think it makes it harder to connect, because you just like, nah, you remind me of my ex, or I don't know. It just seems like there's a lot more reason not to connect than when you're younger and you just believe in it so much. I think when you get this age, maybe you've just stopped believing. And I do believe in true love, and I do think it is possible. I just don't know if it's as probable, as I get older. And I'm just honestly like, I know for me, I'm like, if I could just find a couple more situationships, like I'm cool meeting somebody and we hang out for a month and whatever, you know what I mean? Like, I don't, there's no, for me, this ideal that I have to find true undying love isn't as important to me anymore. If it happened, that'd be great. I'd love to meet somebody I could die with. Um, but like, it's not that big a deal anymore.
Mm. And that's what it's come down to now. I mean, it has gotten so divided now that this is where we at. You know, I mean, the average person, don't even want to be bothered no more because there's so much bullshit out here. And for real, and going back to what you said about choices, I think he's right. I mean, women do have a lot of choices. They do. I mean, put like this. Put like this. When I say women have a lot of choices, I don't mean they have like valuable choices. Like, okay, put like this. All right. I'm allergic to shellfish. I could eat fish, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, I could go to Hook and Reel. I could go to any of these seafood places, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I got a whole bunch of choices on the menu, right?
Right.
But you see what I'm saying? Did you see the metaphor of what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Women got a lot of choices. That don't mean they're the best choice.
Yeah, exactly.
That's just like the menu at the seafood restaurant. It's a whole lot of choices on the restaurant on the menu, but that don't mean the choices are good for me because most of it make me sick.
Right.
So it's not really, so it's the same thing. If you apply the same principle to what I mean when I say women have a lot of choices. Put like this, it's no shortage of a woman to get a man. Okay. A woman could go on an app and she could have more matches, more guys in her DMs in minutes. A guy, he could swipe for days and for months, and he won't even get a goddamn match. And if we do get a match, it's some old a hood rat trying to get some money out of him, or
Mm-hmm.
trying to finesse him for a bag or some shit.
Mm-hmm.
It's not about nothing real. It's but the choices are few and far between. It's a whole lot easier for a woman to get a man than it is for a man to get a woman. And that's what I mean by choices.
Okay, but Teddy, let me. Okay, so I guess that's from a man's point of view, right? From a woman's point of view, I wish we had some more ladies on here. uh it's not choices out, like you said. It may be people, males out there, but yeah, there's a lot of duds. It's not no good. It's not good options. Again, they living with their mama, or they ain't got no job, or what I'm saying, or something. They are looking for a hookup. They're not looking for a friend. They're not looking for a relationship. They're looking for some coochie. That's what they're looking for. And me as a woman, I was thinking that you men have more choices because it's that women outnumber men. So I was thinking that, hey, you guys get on there, y'all probably have dozens of women trying to get with you guys. Because with us, well, I know myself personally, I don't know about other women, but it wasn't a lot of valuable choices that was available in the DMs or whatever.
Okay, now flip around what you said, right?
Mhm.
Okay, it's you say men. You say men have more choices than women.
Yes.
Yeah, okay, it's the same thing, just like you said. It's a whole bunch of duds. It's a whole bunch of women out here who don't know, don't have any type of idea what it is to deal with a relationship. They haven't been taught any type of example of relationship. They was brought up with a single breeder. It
Mm-hmm.
was basically just having kids. Only
Mm-hmm.
thing she ever witnessed was a bunch of dudes running in and out of her mother life.
Mm-hmm.
She never seen her mother being loved by a man. She never seen a man stand up and represent anything.
Right.
Period. Her whole life. So
Hmm.
how can she replicate that? See,
True.
you can only go as far as what you've been taught.
Right.
You know, that's just like with anything. You could be dealing with any subject, anything. You can't go no further than what you've been taught.
Right.
So if your first teacher let you down and didn't take you further enough down the road to teach you how to deal with a relationship or show you what a healthy functioning relationship is,
Hmm.
you'll be out here, you won't know what a healthy functioning relationship is.
You're
You would
absolutely
just
right.
you would just be thinking because the guy gave you tingles in your stomach, or the guy thinking because the woman willing to give him some coochie when he wanted,
Hmm.
he'll think that that's a relationship. And
Mm.
a lot of times, what you're dealing with now these days, you're dealing with a lot of son husbands. You're dealing with a lot of guys who raised by mama,
Hmm.
and they never. I mean, it's not their fault. I mean, it is what they is, but it's not their fault because they didn't raise themselves. They didn't make the decision to take the father out of their life. Their mother did that. So the things that they missing has to do with their mother. Their mother set them up for failure in that situation. Because for real, they supposed to be functioning on a whole different level, and a lot of them want to, but it's like they stuck. They want to move and they want to go a certain direction to to represent and stand up and be and do and carry things a certain way, but they never seen it done before.
Right.
Like they're like, damn, I don't know if I'm really doing this right because I never seen nobody do this. I never seen a man, really take care of his home. I never really seen a man love a woman before. I never
Mm.
seen a man take care of his kids before. I never. So you never seen it. So now you feeling around in the dark. You're trying to figure out what to do. You're doing the best you can do with what you had to work with, you know. But
Mm.
that's what my favorite saying is: these women raise boys to be men that they would never even date.
Absolutely. There's a whole lot of them out here too. And that's a very good point. You got a lot of males out here who don't know how to lead. They don't even know what leading is. Okay. They're not interested in leading. Again, they're not really looking for something solid. That's what I ran into, right? They're not really looking for anything solid. They may be looking for someone to, like I said, get with every now and again, but they're not looking to lead a woman. They're looking for something. I don't know what they're looking for, honestly. But it's totally difficult to find someone over 40. Guy made a very good point. You meet someone and they've been through life and they've been hurt by life, and now they stuck with an ex-wife that's crazy, right? She ain't trying to move on, but he is. You're dealing with kids, and I'm sorry, if you got little kids over 50, man, so it's like it's difficult out here. before a lady is trying to find a man who's going to be that leader, that man is going to be her strength, to be that man, right? And a woman don't have to tell them what to do. He already know what to do because he's a man, right? It's difficult to find that out here.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But
But can I say this too? I'm sorry, I don't mean to
go
cut
ahead.
you.
No, go ahead.
Also, I will say, now I don't know what you guys deal with, but these women out here, I get you. Because these women out here half naked, they don't have the education past 5th grade. I'm sorry to say it, but they can't speak a complete sentence without using a cuss word or without sounding retarded. They want somebody to finance them. They're not looking for a leader. They're looking for a financer. You know what I'm saying? They're looking for someone, because what mind blowing to me, where the hell did we get for the first date? You got to spend $500. Where did that come from?
Some bullshit, because they ain't gonna never do it. I tell you one thing, her ass going to Wendy's and getting that biggie bag, that $5 biggie bag, or she going to KFC and getting that $5 deal they got, or
right,
something. She better get creative. We ain't doing none of those 500. What? Man, you got to be kidding, Shorty. We ain't doing none of that.
Right.
A 4 for 4. That's right. 4 for 4. Straight up. We're not even doing the whole $5, okay? Because I need some change for the tax. So 4 for 4, and DC is 10%. So you got $4.40. And we got 60 cents left. I could throw in the armrest for some, in case something happened,
Yep.
No, but we ain't doing none of that.
Right.
But what it is, you're looking at a regurgitation of their mama. These girls don't know what the hell they talking about. Okay. And I tell a lot of these, you need to vet these women, these girls now, because look, if these girls have a child for you, she is going to be the first teacher of your children. Okay. And that's why a lot of these kids run around here and just talking crazy and don't know nothing. They know the words to a Sexy Red song or to a whatever this old stuff they listening to now, but they don't know nothing else. They don't know the ABCs. They don't know. They're not even thinking on the intellectual level because their mother filling them full of bullshit and full of dumb shit. All they getting is dumb shit education, not even education, getting dumb shit at home, listening to their foolish mother. So, but see, I blame the guy for that because he should have never even wasted time even dealing with her. I tell these dudes all the time, man, look, just turn it down. You don't need to bang her just because she look good. Look, find a woman that got some sense, that look good, and then do it with her. Because if you slip up and get her pregnant, at least you got an intelligent woman that's gonna nurture your kids properly. She's not gonna be out here drinking and smoking and doing all type of stupid shit while she's married with you, while she's pregnant with your kid.
Right.
And then your kid turn out all crazy. I got a couple buddies throughout the years that, they didn't have a grip on their women. And their women drank and smoked and did all type of stupid shit when she was pregnant. And the kid turned out to be all mentally imbalanced. Oh, he's just autistic. Like it's just a lottery pick or something. No, that shit come from something. Right. That shit comes from the woman not taking care of herself. And if she's not going to take care of herself, you see she a little hood rat, why you going to waste your time on her? She's not going to teach your kid. She's not going to put your kid in an advantageous situation in life where the kid is going to get a head start, where he's going to be able to know how to count proficiently, read proficiently, spell proficiently, at the right time in life, and just be overall feed intelligence and nurturing into the kid. All you feed is foolishness into the kid. They don't know what to feed into the kid. It's like a lot of them just had a kid because they had sex. They don't know what to tell the kid. They don't know nothing. They just wait for the kid to grow up. Then they send the kid to school, and the kid is a terror to the teacher in the school. The school don't know what to do with them. The next thing you know, they're in jail. Right. So it's just a negative cycle to keep going on and on. And somebody need to stop. And I keep telling the dudes, okay, look, the women not gonna listen because nobody told them nothing to make them listen. So what you need to do is you need to be disciplined. Now I'm going to introduce a word on here. Now what I'm going to introduce, it's in my book. but I won't introduce it yet because people always stealing my shit. Okay? Just like Dr. Umar Johnson, you fathead fucker, you stole my ADHD definition. Another dysfunctional household without a daddy. I said it before anybody. I said it in your comment section, and all of a sudden, a week later, you start saying it like you owned it. But that's okay. I give you that, fat boy. But guess what, though? You're not going to take this one because it's on record right now that I'm giving this word, that I made this word up. I've been using it since the 80s, and I'm about to drop it right now. These dudes need to have more discipline. Not dick discipline. I heard that from Minister Jack years later. That's his. I said discipline, not discipline, discipline. That's my shit. So if you hear anybody say from this point on, they got it from me. It's all time dating stamp. So can't nobody say, well, I said it before him. Prove it on video. Prove it on tape because it's mine. Now, moving on, we're going to get on to more of this video and listen what this brother talking about. We're going to come back for some more.
And that seems to be what I'm hearing from a lot of people who they may still casually date. And they may, go out every now and then and meet people, but it's just this ideal of like meeting someone. Excuse me. I'm still getting over this cold. I apologize. Meeting someone and it being happily ever after. It just seems like once you hit, 43, that just ain't what it used to be. It's just, I don't know. Maybe the world in general, I think people just aren't, so many numbers are down as far as like human connection and relationships around the world. All over the world, people aren't getting as married as much. People aren't having kids as much. I think just in general, we're just not doing those type of things on the levels we used to. So I guess it makes sense that you get to a certain age and you're just like, I think we can all admit that, especially like here in the West, we're in this weird situation where, and I think this affects all age groups, but like our values have kind of changed. But when it comes to dating, we act like we want to hold on to like the old, the old values. I don't know. Gender roles are changing, so that changes things up too. Gender itself is changing. It's just there's just so many things that I think you know you have traditional thinkers, and then you have people who are whose thought pattern who think along the lines of like some of the new stuff coming out. I spend a lot of time around people in their 20s, things like that. So a lot of the new ideas appeal to me, and I understand where the kids are coming from, and I do think it is time for some changes along some of those lines. But once again, if you meet someone who still has the older traditional values, it can be kind of, so I think that's an area where a lot of people are butting heads. Is just, you might be looking for a certain type of mate and they may not be on that type of time no more. And I don't think anybody's right or anyone's wrong. It's just we're going through a very transitory period, a period with a lot of change. And I just feel like relationships and dating and marriage and all that is suffering because of it, because there is so much change going on. And I just think more and more people are just done. It's like, why? Because you do, like, every time you meet somebody and it doesn't work out, there's some pain involved. You know what I mean? It kind of hurts. Like, you get excited, you get hopeful, then it's no. Like, even if you meet somebody and it's temporary, like there's that feeling of loss when it finally does end. You enjoy hanging out with that person and then it's over. So like, after so long and getting your hopes up so many times and having them dashed to the ground, or even if they were just like, not dashed to the ground, but it just didn't work. Even if it's somebody you meet for a couple nights and you're talking on the phone and then like the red flags come up, you're just like, oh, hey, there's another one. It's easy to just get to the point where you're just like, no, I'm done. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that either.
What you think about that? I seen you over there making notes. I know it's time for you to say something. I see you over there jotting shit down. I said, yeah, she over there jotting shit down. She ready to say something. So I'm gonna go ahead and give her the floor so she can go ahead and talk on that, because I see that a lot too. I mean, even though a lot of times I try to keep myself disconnected for the most part until I know when to connect, but for the most part, I stay disconnected because it's a lot of times it's like people just so flaky, they just in and out, So
Mhm.
I just keep myself neutral and disconnected. I'm neutral. I'm like, okay, if you want to be there, then you don't want to be there, okay, cool. I'm not gonna press nothing on nobody, you know.
Mhm.
But I'm just gonna keep it. I'm gonna keep it cool. I'm gonna keep it, just regular, whatever. I'm gonna let you do what you're gonna do.
Right.
I just let it fall how it's gonna fall.
Right. You wanted to do it naturally, organically, and I get it, right? But talking to someone, right? When you meet someone, the goal is to get to know that person, right? So as you're talking to them and you're asking questions and you telling them about your past and this, that, and the third, you're giving a piece of yourself to that someone, right? Even if it is their representative, you're still giving a piece of yourself to that someone, and to find out if 2 days later, a week later, a month later, and you find out that they're saying things and wait a minute, this is not how it was in the beginning, or the call stops or the text messages stops and things like that, especially if we're not getting down like that. We're not going to hit the bedroom before I get to know you type of situation, right? I want to get to know you first before we lay down, right? And you notice the flakiness starts. You notice that it's no more good morning beautiful, right? It is nothing, right? And it's crazy, you know what I'm saying? Quick story. I was talking to this guy. I promise you, I was talking to this guy for maybe, we're gonna say 3 days. Do you know he asked could he come live with me? It was
What? He's a son husband. That was his son husband. He was trying to get out his mama house. That's what that was. He trying to get his mama house. His mama was getting his nerve. He's like, "Mama, goddamn it! I told you stop drinking my stuff. I wrote my name on the orange juice for a reason." She was like, "It's in my refrigerator." He was out booing it. She was like, "It's
right,
my refrigerator, goddamn it! I keep it cold. I'm gonna drink it. It's in my
right,
house."
right.
Mama, you ain't no right to be messing with my stuff. I'm grown. If you grown, get your ass out of my house.
Exactly,
You know,
exactly. So
that's what
he
he
looking for
dealing with.
somewhere to lay up.
Yeah, see, he's what they call a hobosexual.
I like that. That's another word. Can we
No,
get
no,
in that?
no, that's not mine. I'm not
Oh,
gonna lie. That's
oh,
not my word.
I like it.
Hobosexual. I heard somebody said it online somewhere, but
Oh,
I didn't say homosexual.
okay, but I like it because that
Yeah,
sounds about right.
yeah. A lot of dudes are homosexuals. They looking for somewhere. Because a lot of them. That's why That's why a lot of these dudes was pulling for Kamala Harris
Mm,
because they used to that female leadership because they grew up with their mama bossing them around, telling them what to do, telling them how to walk, telling them how to talk. Sit down somewhere, shut up. And they just used to yielding to female aggression and female leadership.
mm,
So it's easier to persuade those guys to go along with the Kamala shit. But guys like me and guys I know like me looking at them like, dude, is you crazy? I mean, what the hell? I mean,
right,
you won't let a woman lead you? What? Come on. And it's
right,
not the thing of saying women are incompetent because women have their strengths and men have their strengths.
correct.
But God didn't guide the woman, did not create the woman to lead
Mm-hmm,
because he didn't give her what was needed to handle the pressure to
mm-hmm,
lead. Now, not
right.
saying some women can't be good under pressure, some can. But for the most part, women are not built for that type of pressure, you
Mm-hmm,
know. So, and I don't like that type of pressure being put on them to be put on them to the point where they gotta, because it turns them masculine. And that's why a lot of these women are so masculine now because they're doing too much because the guys don't know how to step forward and do what men traditionally have done.
exactly.
When I was a kid, I'm like, damn, I must have been MacGyver to these dudes now. To these dudes now, to the stuff. I mean, it's like I stopped the other day to help. I was coming to the store the other day, and this dude was out there messing with a flat tire. These two dudes. There's two dudes, right? Two big grown dudes out there, young dudes. One of them looking at the jack, and that one looking at the wheel. And I'm like, what the hell going on? So I'm like, maybe they didn't have all the tools they needed. So I noticed the guy, he works in the store that I go in. So I said, let me go over and see what's going on. So I go over to him, and he just staring at the wheel. I said, "What's going on?" He said, "I got a flat." I said, "I see that, Sherlock. I mean, what do you need your jackets? Do you need a jack? I got a jack." He was like, "No, I'm just trying to figure out what to do." I said, "What?" I said, "I'm looking." I said, he got the jack, he got the lug wrench, but he didn't have the slightest idea, nothing. And the guy with him was just as clueless. I'm like, what the hell? Now, for real, when I was a kid, I learned how to jack a car just by looking at the jack and looking at the bumper, because we had the bumper jacks then. The ones that stand up and they had a little thing at the bottom. You stick it in and you clank it, clank, cha-ching. We had them joints when I was a kid. And I figured it out. So I'm like, why is this dude can't figure out this little wind-up joint that they got right here? On the side of the joint, the bottom, it says like insert here, where he should be able to figure it out. So I said, look, only reason why I did it because I go in the store a lot that he work in, and I know eventually he probably going, but I don't care. I just did to help him out. But I said, look, you're gonna need to watch what's going on because you need to know this. I said, how long you been out here? He was like, I don't know, about 45 minutes. I said, 45 minutes? I said, you've been out here 40 minutes too long.
Right.
I said, shit. I slid my jack up under that joint. Zoop, zoop, hit that joint. Boom, boom, boom. I said, car, put the wheel on. Boom, boom, boom. I was out there in like 5 minutes.
Right.
And he's standing looking around like he saw a ghost. I said, man, you need to learn how to do this. I said, go online to YouTube or something and learn, watch a video or something.
So you said that it is a lot of guys out here like that, because you got guys out here that would rather sit around and play video games than to go out here and learn something. And the fact that you say girls, you got a lot of girls out here who are not looking for the valued man. Is that what they say they're looking for? Right? But they don't really. Yeah, there you go. They don't know what that even means. Okay. All right. It's not about how much money you got in your pocket. It's about who you are as a person. Right. I'm not really looking for a man that got millions and millions of dollars. I'm looking for a man who can see me for who I am, get to know me. Right. A man who knows how to be a man. Period. Now, I can't tell you what men do, but by me watching my father, right, that the characteristics of my father is what I'm looking for. Right. So you're right. All these single parent households, single mother households. If you got a girl who never really seen her father fix a tire or open a door or take out the trash, cut the grass, then you don't know what you're looking for. You know what I'm saying? You're looking for anything and they're getting anything. That's why they sitting up here hollering about you got to spend all this money on the first date. Why are you not trying to get to know this person on the first date?
Well, most of them don't even understand what they want, because most of them don't understand what they really need. I mean, a lot of times, it's some decent guys out here, that mean well, they might not be equipped with all the skills that my generation got because we was more hands-on, but it's a lot of guys out here that's willing to do the right thing by their women. But when they get those guys, they don't, they run right over and run right through them. They don't have no appreciation for them because they watched their mother run over and run right through guys like that too. And was like, well, my mother threw a guy like that away, or he was a lame because he listened to this type of music, or he didn't do this and that or whatever, or he didn't like this or like that or whatever, or he didn't fit the stereotype or whatever. It's like, she don't want to go outside her comfort zone and get with a guy who will take her somewhere and treat her differently or teach her something different than what she already know. She's stuck. When you see that she's stuck, leave her where she is. I mean, if especially if you're trying to get her out of the past that and she don't want to go, then let her stay there, because you're just wasting time. Because it's not so much of the physical, it's the mental. Because a lot of times, look, I told a woman this, and she looked at me like she didn't know what the hell I was talking about. I say, look, you say you want a high value man, right? And she's went all to this stuff about how much money and all. I say, look, you do realize a high value man could have no money in his pocket. A high value man could be penniless. You listen to what you're saying. High value man. You just say high earning man. You want a high earning man. Okay, cool. You get your high earning man. If he go upside your head, if he cheat on you, if he do whatever, then that's what you want. That's what you sign up for, a high earning man. A high value man, you have to understand there's different facets to high value man. High value man is not just uh, uh, money, because high value man existed on this earth before money was even existed.
Correct.
High value men is what created the infrastructure to this planet to even get us to the point where we at. It was the men who laid the stone, built the pyramids, and laid the foundation for the country, and cut the trees and all. Back when they didn't have no currency, they was doing this to build the infrastructure. He was a high value man because this man right here could build a house. This man could fix a house. This man could fix the car, build a car. This man could do everything that's needed value. Because let me tell you like this: what happened if they devalue the dollar and the dollar is no good? But this man got a million of them, but the dollar don't mean nothing no more. But this man has no skills or nothing. He don't know how to build nothing. He don't know how to fix nothing. He don't know how to create nothing. He don't know how to do nothing. All he knows is dollars and cents.
Right.
It reminds me of an episode of Gilligan's Island. It was an episode where everybody was working, trying to do something. I can't remember exactly, but they was trying to build something. And Mr. Howell, he think because he's rich, he don't have to do no work, right? So he was trying to get Gilligan to do the work for him because he didn't want to do the work. He was sitting up, drinking his little drink and sitting with Mrs. Howell. He wasn't trying to do no work. So he would say, Gilligan, my boy, here, I'll give you this trunk full of money. He said, Mr. Howell, we on the island. We don't have no use for no money. We all of us got to pitch in and work. So that told me right there when I was a little kid watching that show, I was like, without the money, you still got to be able to do something. The money is good. It's a good tool. Yeah. I wouldn't turn it down. Of course. You need it. But it's more to it than that, because if everything collapsed tomorrow, who's going to build a shelter for you or be able to fix things to make things so it's livable so you can survive?
Absolutely.
If everything collapsed.
Yep.
So they need to be understanding. So they need to really understand what they're asking for. Do you want a high earning man? Or do you want a high value man? Because a high value man might not always come with the money that you think he's gonna come with. He can achieve it. He can get it because he possesses the skills for it, but he might not necessarily have it.
Right.
So just understand that. They don't understand that. Brainwash.
Crazy.
No, I don't think there's anything wrong. I don't even want to call it giving up, but I don't think there's anything wrong with exercising your right to be single. Unless the universe or God just throws the perfect person your way, I don't think there's anything wrong with just doing you. Learning to love yourself, learning to take full advantage of your freedoms, you know, double down on your hobbies, your passions, doing whatever you want on the weekends because can't nobody tell you where you need to go or what you need to do. Just having time to yourself. A lot of times I think we're, especially people who've been married before, had kids, things like that, might have never had that before. And I think it might feel scary at first, but it's actually pretty cool to just take time to yourself and get to know yourself and like hang out with yourself and watch the shows you want to watch and do what you want. You know what I mean? I think it's kind of cool. And I think if we normalize that, this idea that like if no one, this whole idea of like you're nobody if nobody loves you is stupid. If we can get rid of that type of belief and just realize that like sometimes you got a mate, sometimes you don't. Both are fine. If you're done just being out there in them streets and desperately seeking someone to be with and all the drama that comes with that, you can just say no, I'm done. And it's fine. Some people are blessed with a good mate, some people aren't. Some people have a bad mate, you know what I mean? So like it's just different manners of living. So if you're middle aged, you've been struggling to meet somebody. My 2 cents in this issue is stop looking. You don't have to give up hope. You don't have to give up belief, but like that desperate search, just let that go, bro. Delete the apps. Just do you. Do the things you enjoy doing, and maybe in the doing of that, you'll stumble across the person you're meant to be with. But if you don't, that's fine too. Just enjoy life, live life. Like the world's changing, things are different. Like it's a different world, and we don't have to live based on the views and beliefs that we were taught in the past. It's fine to be single. Enjoy your life. I'd love to hear what you have to say about this in the comment box below. Like I said, this is always the fun part of a video like this. People agreeing, people disagreeing. Just keep it respectful. Love y'all. Talk to y'all later. What's going on, everyone?
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, now look. Now I said I was gonna give it to you. Now I'm gonna show you something now. Now I'm gonna show you this is what you're dealing with out here. Now listen to this right here. Watch this. This right here is what you need to see. Because this is what's going on out here. Now, if no one's ever seen this movie Paid in Full, check it out. This movie this is a phenomenal movie. This movie is from my era, so I understand it, but most people will understand it. Now check it out.
Now there's a new game. Us old players are gone. But you can see our story on music videos with prop guns and fake champagne. I guess you don't have to be somebody no more. I guess you can just front like you're somebody you ain't. I have a family. Lulu's bag of diamonds made a down payment on a new life. As my man Mitch would say, life is good. Maybe I will be George Jefferson of the neighborhood. I'll get back to you on that.
Like what? Looking down here, like, look at the world, like down here, like what? Because up there, funny, man. Up there!
Now there's a new game. Us old players are gone. But you can see our story on music videos with prop guns and fake champagne. I guess you don't have to be somebody no more. I guess you can just front like you're somebody you ain't. I have a family. Lulu's bag of diamonds made a down payment on a new life. As my man Mitch would say, life is good. Maybe I will be George Jefferson of the neighborhood. I'll get back to you on that.
Like what? Looking down here, like, look at the world, like down here, like what? Because up there, funny, man. Up there! Action!
Faking. That's exactly what people are doing right now. Faking. We live the real world. It wasn't no lights, camera, action for us.
Mm-hmm.
We seen the real thing. All right.
Yeah. But it's sad that people really feel like they have to go that far. Like these girls out here with 10 tons of makeup on and all this weave and wigs and you got a purse on that you done paid. Please take note. I said that you done paid hundreds of dollars for, and you ain't got $40 to put in it. Come on, we got to get real. This is ridiculous, man.
Hey, look, you ain't never lied. Hey, look, I'm gonna share something with you, right? Hey, Hey, look, when I first moved back up here from Florida, I was still playing the apps, right? So I met this woman on the app. So we was talking. So she was like, "Yo, let's hook up." So I'm like, "All right, let me hook up." We was gonna hook up and hang out and kick it. So she kept talking about getting something to eat. I was like, "Look." Before I got there, I was like, "Look, I'm not hungry. You know, I'm I'm just not hungry. I had already eaten." So she was like, she kept saying she hungry, she hungry. So I'm like, something ain't right. I was like, all of a sudden, she just hungry. I said, something ain't right. So I said, let me go ahead and run the temperature test on her, right? So we riding, we talking. So she keep talking about she hungry. So we riding down the road. So she was like, "Oh, can you take me right there so I can get me something to eat?" So I'm like, "Okay." I said, "Okay, I'll take you there so you can get you something to eat, right?" So we get there, and she was like, "Well, look, I want to eat at the bar." I'm like, "Okay, cool." So we at the bar. So I got some water with some lemon. You know, I drink water with lemon. I don't be doing all that liquor all the time. Even back then, I gotta be in the mood to drink. You know, and I really now I really got to be in the mood to drink.
Mm-hmm.
So so we sitting there at the bar, and the bartender come and she ordered some old crazy drink. So I'm looking at her. I mean, his drink was a big ass drink. I'm like, okay, cool. So I'm sitting there drinking my water with lemon. So the guy give her a menu. He give me a menu. So I was like, bro, I said, I already ate, bro. I said she just getting her something to eat, you know. So I guess she thought she was finessing me, right? So if she hadn't carried the way she is, I might have paid for it. I'm not gonna lie, I might have paid for it. But the way she carried on is what made me do what I did. So we sit at the bar, and so I'm steady, you know, I'm casually trying to talk to her, conversation, and she just like kind of fade me off. So she on her phone just pecking away, texting, pecking. I said, "Oh, okay." It's the back of my mind. I said, "I see what this is." So she steady pecking. So next thing you know, she gets up and go to the bathroom. So I'm sitting there. I'm like, I know what that is. So I called my cousin. I'm talking to him for a minute. So he was like, "Yo, man, where you at? Blah blah blah." I'm like, "Yo, I'm with this I'm with Texas Roadhouse, whatever this is." And I said, "This broad trying to finesse me." I said, "But we're gonna see what's up." So I said, "I'm gonna hit you back." So here she come back from the bathroom. So she's sitting there. She like, I'm really trying to talk to her. She acting all funny. She not trying to talk to me. I'm like, okay. So I'm like, all right, here we go with this BS. So then next thing you know, she finished eating and the bill come. And the bartender put the bill in front of me. I'm like, what? Did I miss something here? Did I order something? I ain't order nothing. What the hell you give me the bill for? Right? Especially the way she was acting at that
Mm-hmm.
point, because she was acting funky as hell throughout the whole joint.
Mm.
I'm like, why you acting like, I said, we sitting there kicking it, why you acting like you trying to get to know me or whatever? She like, I said, okay. I said, what it is. She used to Septavious ass dudes, but I got something for her ass, right? So the bill come, like I said, the bill come. So I slide the bill over to her. She look at me and she slide the bill back to me fast. Boom. So I look at her. I said, Shorty, I said, what you slide me the bill for? I didn't order nothing. I said, shit, I can't even get to know you. She said, well, if you want to get to know me, then you need to pay that bill.
Oh.
I'm like, oh, for real? Oh, okay.
Okay.
So I was like, no. I said, look, you saying ignore me the whole time. That when the bill come, you want me to pay the bill. I didn't order anything to eat, and you sitting here, you ain't said a word to me, basically nothing. You've been back and forth to the bathroom, texting, pecking at your phone, and then I heard you tell somebody, that you would see them after you leave here.
Oh.
So what that mean? Who you talking to? Who you talking to?
Okay.
Oh, I'm talking to my sister, some shit like that, right? I said, okay, cool. So I told her, I said, I ain't paying the bill. So she was like, oh, so you must be broke. I guess you can't pay the bill. She said, what is it? You just don't have the means to pay the bill? I said, oh, the means to pay the bill, huh? So at the same time, she don't know I got a pocket full of money. I mean, I had some money. I had some bands in my pocket that day, right? Because I had been out working and shit, doing some shit. I was selling appliances, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I had made some good money. I was installing appliances and selling them and shit. People, that's a good hustle. I was making some good money doing that, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I had some bands in my pocket. I had a good day. So I'm sitting there, my pocket's loaded. And she talking crap, right? Now she got some nice purse, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know the name of the purse, but I know it's one of them purses that women spend all their damn money on that they can't put no damn money in.
Exactly.
So I say, what? So I said, I went in one pocket, right? I had a whole stack of money with a rubber band around it, and I slammed it on the bar. Boom! I said, boom. I said, I don't have the means to pay for the meal. I said, let's see if you got the means to pay for the meal. I said, you sitting with $1,000 purse. So I put the money back in my pocket. So she was digging her purse, acting old like she had money, right? I bullshit you not. This broad went in her purse, turned that motherfucker upside down, and like 17 cents fell out on the bar.
Oh, no, she didn't.
My right hand, I bullshit you not. 17 cents. I turned beside me and looked at her straight. I said, are you kidding me, shorty? I said, you sitting talking shit. I said, and no, it looked like you don't have the means to pay for your meal.
Exactly.
I said, shorty, look, I'll be back. I'm going to the bathroom, right? I got up. The bathroom was right by the door.
Mm-hmm.
I walked right past the bathroom, got in my truck, and rolled the hell out.
Mm-hmm.
Called my cousin and told him what happened. And he was like, man, that's fucked up, man. She acting like that, man. She talking crazy. Man, fuck that. I'd have left her. I said, what the hell you think? I said, shit, she's still at the restaurant. I'm on my way to pick you up.
That's what her ass get. I would love to know what she did.
Yeah. I mean, I don't care what she did. I mean, obviously the person who she was planning on meeting up with, she probably finessed that dummy.
Mm-hmm.
She probably made up a story and said, look, I'm stuck at the restaurant. I left my wallet or whatever. And the cent was probably going to smash anyway. So he probably was like, I'm just going to go ahead and pay for the meal, whatever. Yeah, nigga, you better pay for it because I wasn't paying for nothing.
Right.
Got to be crazy.
That's crazy. Like, me growing up, I was always told to keep a few dollars in your purse, just in case you need it or whatever. But for you to go out and assume, okay, let's assume that you're going to pay for it. Like, where'd that come from? You know what I'm saying? And then she went to Texas Roadhouse. That is not cheap. That can cost some money.
Oh, and she ordered good too. Oh, she was living good. Ooh, she was doing it up right. You hear me?
I bet she did.
Oh, yeah, she was doing it up right. You hear me? Oh, you couldn't tell her nothing. Okay, you couldn't tell her nothing. She was doing it up. She was doing up some kind of wonderful. You heard me?
But it's crazy though, because again, and then I done heard that Red Lobster and Fridays is not good enough. What? But let me tell you something. And Cheesecake Factory, come on now, okay? All right, Cheesecake Factory is beautiful. I don't know what the hell these women's talking about. They're crazy as hell.
Shit, I go by myself.
Right.
I don't need to go. Shit, that's. Look, if they want to, they can go where they want to go.
Right.
Because most of them want you to take them somewhere their ass can't take themselves anyway.
Right.
What the hell I'm gonna take you somewhere for? And then look, the new hustle is these new bras. I'm starting to see a lot of videos surface now where these women getting dudes in the restaurant and they order like 5 and 6 meals and then tell me, well, I want to take it home with me.
Yes.
No, you ain't taking that shit on feeding everybody no Cheesecake Factory or
Right.
whatever it is on me.
Right.
Are you crazy?
I've seen a couple of videos like that where women will go on dates and they want the man to pay for to feed their children. Wait a minute. I just got here and you want me to feed your kids? And then they're bold about it. Like they're not even trying to hide it or any. I mean, they bold about. Let me tell you something. I mean, honestly, I don't understand. I couldn't be a man in this generation because I've been cussed out a whole lot of women. You don't lost your mind. I'm not doing all that. Like,
It ain't
I
my
gotta feed
kids.
your children. Exactly.
It ain't my kids.
Oh God.
You
So
know, they need to stop celebrating that because I'm gonna tell you something. That trend has destroyed relationships too. I'm gonna tell you something between social media and single mothering, single breeding, because they're not mothering these kids, they just breeding them. These kids ain't really getting no for real mothering. Most up for the most part. I ain't saying all of them. You still got some decent women out here. They're few and far between like a mug, you understand? But you still got some, you know. But it's so hard to see them because there's so many. They blending in with so many ain't nothing chicks that
right.
it's hard to see them,
Right.
you know. But I'm gonna tell you, for 2025, it needs to be a reckoning. Men need to start being men again. Stop being son husbands. Stop being simps. Don't worry about whether what a woman think or whether she like you or not. Hell with that. You're not in the third grade. Who cares who like you? Stand on your shit. Be a man and do what you got to do. Because for real, that's what a woman respect. They may talk all this old shit about, oh, you thinking, well, if I don't do this for her, she won't like me, whatever. Look, just stand on your own and be yours, man, and do what you gotta do because women gonna follow you. Because if you're a leader, women gonna follow you. And the right type of woman gonna follow you.
Correct.
You know, you want the wrong type of woman, that's why she's not following you.
Right.
The right type of woman gonna follow you.
Right.
And it's not gonna be a whole bunch of pulling teeth. It's not gonna be a whole bunch of dumb shit dealing with her. It's not gonna be, y'all not gonna have to deal with a whole bunch of dumb stuff communicating with each other, you know, because it is what it is. You know, y'all just blend. That's
Right.
just what it is. It just blend. You
I
know,
totally agree. And it does need to be a reckoning. And I would say for these girls out here, we need to get back to ladyship. Okay. Put some clothes on, number one. Let's put some clothes on and let's leave something to the imagination because you're showing the whole world what you got. What man wants to be with a woman who done showed the whole world everything she got? Okay. Come on now. I mean, like you said, you got simps that want it and son husbands that's after it, but they're lusting. They don't want you. They want what you're showing the world. I mean, and then ladies, can we keep our legs closed for a little while? You know what I'm saying? Let's close the legs for a little while and let's start using our brains, right? Let's start getting to know people. Let's start making sense again. I mean, ladies used to be me growing up, I seen classy ladies, okay? Ladies who can put on a dress that's covering themselves and some heels and be beautiful, elegant. You know, we need to get back to that. We all this trash out here with you're on the internet, you're twerking and you're showing your promised land to everybody. It's crazy out here. And the saddest thing to me is when I see a woman that's over 45 acting like that.
yeah, it's crazy work. It's crazy work out here right now, you know, and I'm just, you know, I I focus on other things, you know. I'm just be honest with you. I'm not into I don't like women that's ran through.
Right.
And it's like I can sense it for some reason. I can sense a woman that's ran through. I could just like tell, you know, it's like I could like sense other men on her. It's like the spirits and demons that she picked up along the way and all the DNA and stuff. It's like I could tell. I don't know what it is, but I could sense it. That's why a lot of these women I can't even get close to them because they just when I get close to them, it's like I get repelled from them because it's like I can sense the demons around them. I don't know what it is if it's if it's a curse or blessing or whatever, but I could just sense it,
Mm.
you know. And I'm like this. I don't need a whole bunch of deal with a whole bunch of different women all the time. I really don't. You know, I would prefer to just deal with quality instead of a bunch of quantity. I've been like that. I had house full of women at certain points in time back in the day, and for what? I mean, like I tell him, for what? I mean, like I told my dude, I was like, yo, I mean, you out here trying to get all the coochie, but after you sleep with the broad, then what?
Right. Then what?
I mean, then what? What you gonna do then?
Right. Right.
I mean, where you going from there?
Right.
Okay, you got it. You hit. You smash.
Now what?
Okay, now what?
Can't even hold a conversation.
Yeah, I mean, you don't know nothing about her. She don't know nothing about you. Y'all exchanged DNA. You may get her pregnant. You may get something. You just never know. You know, and it's just not. It just. I mean, it's just like dead end. I mean, it's like most people now don't even have. It's like they don't even have the ability to even bond no more. It's like everything is like a transaction.
Right.
Nothing is genuine or organic anymore. Everything is scripted. I'm gonna tell you something. That's why these women love Kamala so much. Because everything was scripted. She's scripted.
Very well.
Everything is fake and phony and scripted and all this. Nothing is original. That's what people used to now. They used to, nobody is thinking for themselves no more. Everybody's just like going along with the flow. Nobody want to stick out. Nobody wants to be unique or stand on their own and stand away from the crowd because they so scared that somebody might not like them. Man, I don't give a damn what nobody like.
Not at all. Yo, what you eat don't make me poop. So I don't give a damn what you do. You know what I'm saying? I don't care what you say either. You can say what you want to say. You know, at the end of the day, I have to look at me in the mirror, right? At the end of the day, I lay down with me. And if I'm not satisfied with what I've done, then there's a problem, right? And that maybe that's what we're missing here too, self-love, or maybe too much self-love. I don't know what's going on, but it's like, you know, people are not thinking, you know, it's just all about the right here and right now. You're not thinking about 5 years from now, 10 years from now. You know what I'm saying? If you're laying down and you sleeping with number of men, right? And ask yourself, why do you have to do that? To me, you don't love yourself, because if you love yourself, you're going to take care of yourself. And you sleeping with a whole bunch of women, a whole bunch of men, is not taking care of yourself. Well, men too, you sleep with a whole bunch of women, you're not taking care of yourself. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, you know, it's you got to take care of you, right?
Exactly. I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you. It's a lot of mental illness going on right now. You know, it's a lot of mentally ill people walking around out here. A lot of people hurt. It's a lot of trauma going on out here. A lot of people dealing with a lot of stuff. A lot of people don't understand.
Right.
It's crazy. A lot of people really don't understand it.
Right. Exactly. And you know what? I wanted to talk about something. The guy in the previous video, he said that he never been married, right? He said he never been married. He didn't have any kids. Very rare. And you know,
Not really, because 20% of the men make father 80% of the children. Look it up. That's a statistic. That is a real statistic. You know, do you realize the men that die virgins, the men that haven't had no coochie in their whole life? I mean, it's for real. You got a lot of men walking around out here. I'm telling you, got a lot of men out here. It's a lot of dudes. It's awkward. It's socially awkward. It's a lot of dudes out here that don't know how to really uncomfortable. Don't even know how to even deal with and talk to them.
really?
You know, I'm telling you, look it up. Look that statistic up. It is a very small percentage of the men that make the father all the children, and that's for real. But go ahead. Go ahead. I didn't mean to cut you off, but go ahead.
No, that was interesting. I like that. Wow, I never knew that. Damn. Okay. Well, you know, I don't know. That just threw me off. Really?
Yes.
Damn. Okay. Well,
Yes.
shit, that's what the ladies need to be looking for. Somebody like that. Somebody, who don't have the baggage and don't have the bad relationship drama and don't have all that going on with them. Damn. Hmm. But I do know a lot of ladies who have not been married.
Yeah,
Mhm.
well, that's like a norm right now. They got
Right,
them programmed to not have no husbands and families.
right, because no one is respecting marriage. Now, a lot of people want a wedding. Oh, they want a wedding. They want to plan a wedding and they want to spend all this money on a wedding, but they don't want the marriage. They just want the wedding. They think they want the marriage, but they just want the wedding. Hmm.
Yeah, I mean, everything is a show.
Right,
Everything is a show right now. It's not like I say. Everybody wants to look a certain way. Nobody wants to be a certain way. It's like as soon as it comes to show and prove, that's when you really find out what you're dealing with. Most people, when it's time to show and prove, they don't show up.
right, right. And the women out there who is focusing so much on their careers and want to be this independent woman. I'm speaking from experience, right? You don't really want to do that, right? You don't really want to make all the money and you get to be, you got money and this big house and nice car. But when you walk into your house, it echoes. You don't want that. Let me tell you something. All you really need is a real bad snow day. Get a blizzard, right? Do you really want to be out there shoveling snow? You know what I'm saying? Do you really want to be out there cutting grass? I mean, you have to pay somebody to do these things instead of having someone who cares for you and cares for the household doing these things. It's crazy.
Yeah. Do you also want to deal with a cold, snowy day, and you go to try to take a hot shower and the hot water heater went out?
Yeah,
You want to deal with that?
exactly. And you got to call the repairman. It's gonna take 2 weeks to get there, and your ass is in the cold. So if that's what you really want to do, go for it. But at the end of the day, your money ain't gonna hold you at night. Your money ain't gonna have a conversation with you. Your money is not going to make you feel better. You know what I'm saying? Not gonna wipe your tears away. You know, Again, when you younger, you got all these years in front of you, right? You think you got the whole world, you got all this time. You're a little older now, you realize all this time you done wasted trying to be something, and now you by yourself. You don't even have anyone you can really talk to. This is ridiculous because your girlfriends is going to go off and get married. I'm just going to let you know that right off jump. Your girlfriends that you're talking to, they're going to go off and get married and have kids, and you're still going to be sitting there by yourself. So just food for thought is all.
And that's real. I was trying to find this thing right here with, let me see, man. For the kids. Yeah. Okay, let's check this out right here. Hold up. Let's see. Yeah. And you don't find a lot of guys who are doing this. Let's see.
Damn.
Make sure.
Well, Mike's here with us this morning. Mike, I understand yeah, I sort of get, though not condone, the irresponsible sex bit, right? I can sort of understand that. What I don't get is the irresponsible breeding bit. Why has one got to lead to the other in your case?
Well, that's just the way I am.
And do you not believe in contraception?
No, I
or
don't.
Why not?
Why not? Why not?
Well, I just don't. There's no reason for it.
Well, there is a reason for it. The reason for it is that you don't end
I
up
could
with
say
faulty
about the
children.
Bible where God says in the Bible, go forth and multiply.
Yes, but he
Yeah,
meant
but he's
couples to go and do that. He didn't mean it to
Well,
fall solely on your shoulders
should
and
have
you to do
explained
it
it,
for
Heidi.
everybody.
Should have explained it, Heidi.
Are you a religious man?
No.
Well, there you go. So, okay, poor God's getting the blame
But then,
now.
but people watching, I know, immediately be saying, so who's paying for all these children? Who's looking after them? Clearly not you, then.
No. Some of the mothers.
Uh-huh. You see the mothers. I mean, okay, if you don't believe in contraception, how do you get all these women to sleep with you and not be involved in or take contraception either?
We should both be responsible, me and the female.
Yes.
You know, it's not just down to me.
So why aren't you
Aren't I what?
responsible?
You know, if the opportunity arose for me to have sex, I was going to go for it.
Now, you do say you're a recovering alcoholic.
Yes,
So you
I
haven't
am.
had a drink now for how many years?
Almost 5.
Well
So
done.
are you saying before that, yes, well done. Are you saying before that you were so drunk you don't remember having sex, you don't remember creating these children?
No. What I'm saying is that if the opportunity, if I had the chance to have sex, then that's cool.
Yes.
So you haven't had a drink in 5 years. Have you had any children in the past 5 years?
No.
No. So there was a correlation then
Yeah.
between who you were. And tell me, who was Mike Halpin when he was in the grip of alcohol?
I was a dirty alcoholic. I was irresponsible. I've always loved my kids. No one can ever take that away from me. And as the people of Britain have said, you know, I just didn't care.
Stop his ass right here. This is no discipline at all. You understand? This is what's wrong right here. This dude right here is what is wrong right now. No discipline at all. What is this? 40 kids by 20 different women.
I just want to know, do all the kids know that they related? That's all I want to know. Because you're going to mess around and have people sleeping with wrong people.
They don't care.
Oh, my goodness.
That dude could care less.
Mm.
That dude could care less.
So you
That's
tell me
ridiculous.
he just drinking and screwing. Drinking and screwing. That's all he doing.
That's all they know.
Mm.
That's all they know. We need to stop it. You know, need to stop it. Stop it. Stop all this random making kids and stuff and just it's destroying us. You know, we need family structure. All this old irresponsible stuff, you know, it's always going to be some irresponsible people out there, but it don't need to be the majority of us. You know, I got one daughter, okay, one biological daughter, okay, one.
Me
and
too.
I planned it like that.
Right.
Okay. I wasn't gonna be out with no whole bunch of baby mamas and all this other dysfunctional stuff. It's enough of that out here. We don't need to be doing that. You know, we need structure out here. We need family. We need people who gonna build some type of structure. Because right now, it's too much trauma, too much drama, too many demons, too much insecurity. You know, we need peace and alignment right now.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we need. That's what I strive for.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and if I got to be by myself to have that, then that's what it is. If I can find it with somebody, that's what it is too.
Mm-hmm.
But it's going to be an organic process.
Mm-hmm.
It takes place, and it's not going to be no BS.
Right. Because peace is what we seeking. Peace. Okay. Peace of mind, peace in life, peace. Okay. Don't need a whole lot of craziness going on out here.
Exactly.
Mm.
Well, this is a nice show. Like, thank everybody for showing up. We're going to do this again next Wednesday. We'll have a different topic. We're going to go over some different stuff again. But what I'm going to do is I'm thinking about having a live stream Friday too. I'm not sure at what time yet or what the subject going to be. But everybody who's subscribed to the channel, you'll get a notification that I have a live stream coming up, just like the one we had right here. And also too, yeah, you was talking to me about something that you was a channel that you was going to start for the young ladies to try to give them a daily dosage of some positivity to try to give them something else to wrap their head around instead of all this ratchet BS they're listening to. So, I mean, I know it's in the beginning stages, but kind of like give us a brief, outlook of what you was thinking, and maybe if you have any contact information as of yet, if not, you can give it to them on the next show or whatever, about what you plan on doing and what your aim, where your focus is.
Yes, I do. I'm going to start my own channel, and it's going to be basically getting girls to get back to being ladies. Okay, being eloquent. I'm sorry, and have respect about you, being out here and what we see on TV and on these social media with all this bad girls club and all this other craziness that's going out here. I think it's got the women not thinking clearly. So I want to have a channel where we can come together and we can talk about how to be ladies, right? How you don't have to be loud, you don't have to be naked, and you don't have to just accept anything. So I'm going to give you more information about it once I get it built up a little bit more, but yes, I will be starting that soon.
Very good, very good. We need more of that, and what you probably should do, like you say, you get the channel out there, start networking that, and
Yeah,
see if we can get some other people involved with it, because
definitely.
we really need that. We really need
Yes.
it, because right now it's just totally off kilter. And
Right.
also too, the younger, get some younger ladies in on it,
Yeah.
because that's who you're trying to reach. Because the old ladies, they already laid them wrong, and a lot of these old birds, they done screwed up their whole life. They haters. They don't want to see the young girls win.
Well, maybe we can change that around. Last time we was talking about jealousy, and that was political. Let's talk about jealousy within the female population, okay? Because this is crazy. We can work together, right? And we can build each other up like we used to do back in the day, right? It wasn't all this hating going on. You used to have older women who can pull you to the side and give you some pearls of wisdom, you know. And I'm not going to say I know everything, but I would love to get more women, young and old. And I have a daughter too, one daughter, okay.
Right, right,
And my thinking was the same thing, Teddy. I didn't want a whole bunch of baby daddies, so it was like we gonna
right.
stick to that one and that's it.
Yeah,
So and that's gonna be a subject too. And then also I would like to get some of the males on there so we can get more of what guys think. Because honestly, ladies, completely honest, men don't care about how long your eyelashes is. They don't care about the wig you're wearing on your head. They don't care about the tons of makeup you got on your face. A real man is looking for quality. Okay. Just want to put that out there. So that's what we're going to be talking about.
yeah. Because I'm to the point now. If I go out on a date, I'm taking makeup wipes with me.
I know that's right.
So as soon as you start talking brassy with me, I'm pulling out them daggone makeup wipes, and we're gonna start wiping your face off, wax on, wax off.
Right.
We're gonna start peeling off them different things you got on your head. We're gonna peel that wig back, and we're gonna see how you start talking then.
Right. Right.
Because when they got the uniform on, when they're in disguise, they talking real greasy.
Oh, yes.
They're talking pork chop greasy.
Right.
Okay?
Right. Like it ain't
Harry type greasy.
right. Like, you know what I'm saying? And okay, and you're doing all this, you can't cook, you can't clean, you can't speak English, you can't educate nobody because you ain't barely got an education. You have nothing to really bring but your mouth, right? How long you think that's gonna last? And then also, if you think you all beautiful and you got bam, bam, boom, you know what I'm saying? Baby, when you get older, all that goes out the window. So if you ain't got no foundation, you know what I'm saying? How long you think you're gonna keep this man?
Like I say, the key to life is not obtaining, it's maintaining.
Come
You
on.
got a whole rack of people that can tell you about a whole bunch of stuff they didn't have, including myself.
Mm-hmm.
But the key to life is maintaining.
Right.
Anybody can get anything. You
Right.
know, but can you keep it? Can you hold on to it? Can you nurture
Exactly.
it? Can you flip it? Can you bubble it? Can you make it grow?
Right.
Can you 10 times it? Can you 10x it?
Right.
Okay. And if you
Exactly.
can't, then what's the deal? You know.
Yep.
So
Yep.
basically, that's what's most important. You know, all this surface stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That's nothing. We need to get back to the nitty gritty. And the
Right.
main thing I'm telling you, I keep telling people, is family. You got to get family back intact. You
Yes.
got to, and people need to stop giving up on what they got for just stupid petty BS. I mean, because okay, yeah, they made you mad and you upset. Okay, ain't nothing else out there. Oh, you gonna get somebody else that's gonna just make you mad. I mean, so
Right.
what's the point? You
Right.
know, the
Right.
real deal is getting it worked out, is working it out for yourself. You know, anybody can just run from person to person. Anybody can just run. You
Right.
know, the real character is when you can iron things out and get things squared away and do things like adults.
Correct.
You know, because kids just run from situation to situation. You
Right.
got to plant your feet because they ain't always be great. It ain't gonna always be bad. You
Right.
know,
But
and,
that's life.
right. That's what it is. You know,
Mhm.
so that's just what it is.
And we need to normalize marriage. We need to normalize family. I think right now it's like it's normal to be a single mom. It's normal to, not take care of your kid. We need to get back to family. We need to get back to good times. Y'all remember Good Times, the show? I love Good Times. Okay, we need to get back to James in Florida. That's what we need to get back to. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
And
right.
no, and yes, I could have chose the Cosby Show, but a lot of people don't have that kind of money. I want to get back to the fact that James in Florida was in the projects, but they still made their family work. James in Florida, they went through their ups and downs,
Right.
but they didn't part. They didn't say, well, we're gonna get a divorce tomorrow.
Right.
When you make those vows to your husband and you make that vow to your wife, that is a connection and that's a bond that should never be broken. Period. You know what I'm saying? You keep God first in that relationship, and then everything is going to fall together. No, it's not going to be all good times. Yes, you're going to have some bad times, but that's what make your relationship stronger.
Right. Yeah. I mean, because nothing that's never been tested, can be relied on. I
Right.
mean, how can you rely on somebody if you never tested them?
Right.
And not like playing game testing them,
Right.
but unless they've been put to the test.
Right.
Just like your car. How you know your car can take that curve at 60 miles an hour unless you tested it and
Right.
tried to see if it can take it at 60 miles an hour.
Exactly.
That's basically what it is. Everything got to be tried and true and tested.
Yep.
And nothing's going to be achieved without any type of work. It's just not going to happen.
Right.
Sometimes it's going to be good. Sometimes it's going to be bad. I mean, sometimes, and it sounds crazy, but sometimes when you got the worst of your situation or the worst of your relationship, sometimes, and you think you're in a bad situation, you're just mad.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it's best just to go somewhere and just lay down and just think and just laugh.
Mm-hmm.
And just laugh at it because it's for real. You're mad at some stupid shit.
Mm-hmm.
Because after a while you're gonna be all right anyway.
Right.
So why waste the energy on being mad? Okay, y'all had a disagreement. That's what it is. Deal with it. Keep it moving.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody got time to be trying to worry about, because people don't understand life move fast.
Woo.
Life move fast as hell. Before you know it, this ride is over. And you was bullshitting.
Right.
And you done bullshitted yourself and everybody around you the whole time.
Yeah.
Something to drink. My mouth dry.
And that's one of my sayings. I tell people all the time, the life is short. Time is limited. So you got to make the best of the life that you have, right? And if you have someone to share it with, right? Because what hasn't gotten old is love, right? And I know people don't really know what love is, right? But when you really find someone that you connect with and you bond with, right? And you find love, right? That's honesty, that's trust, that's respect, that's communication. You find that love, right? You keep God first. You don't let nobody into your relationship, right? Again, good and bad. hey, we can argue. You go in one room and I can go in another, but we're gonna come back. We're gonna see each other in the morning. Okay. We're gonna talk this thing through. We're not gonna just, give up on each other because we love each other. We are in love with you. I can't see past you. You know what I mean? So you keep that bond, you hold on to that, right? Because again, there is nothing out here for you. You may think it's bad, you may think it's greener over there. When you get your ass over there and you found all that shit was make believe, you know what I'm saying? Then you can be like, oh, I wish I would have stayed with my man. But by that time, it's too late. He going. You already know what it is. So hold on. You got to hold on to it, and be loyal to it. Loyalty. That's another word that people need to really understand and grasp. Be loyal. Okay. I mean, it's not hard.
Like I always say, you know why the grass so much greener on the other side?
Why?
Because fertilizer.
Yeah. Some bull.
Right.
Bullshit.
You know what fertilizer made from, right? Bullshit.
Right.
Horse shit.
Right. Exactly.
That's what it is. So
Right.
you're dealing with bullshit, horse shit. The grass looks so beautiful and lush, and you hop that fence, you get over there. Next, you knee deep in horse shit. You're like, what happened? It's the grass looks so good, and I got here and now I'm in horse shit. What is going on?
Exactly.
You did it to yourself.
Exactly.
You did it to yourself.
Yep. So you have to stay real and stay. And another thing, right? Someone told me, and Teddy, this is gonna sound very familiar to you, right? Stay out your head. You make up stuff in your head, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna tell you something. See, I give credit where credit is due. I'm not a glory hound. If I see something or hear something on here or anywhere, I'm gonna give a person their props.
Mm-hmm.
Jesse Lee Peterson.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. I watch him, right? Mm-hmm. And one thing that he says, doubt every thought.
Mm-hmm.
Doubt every thought. And I said, doubt every thought. And I thought, I'm like, what the hell are he talking about? And then when I first heard him say it some years back, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then one day I was riding and I was pondering, thinking about some stuff, and I was in my head about some stuff, and I was dead wrong, right? I was dead wrong. I was like, and I thought about it. I was like, he popped in my head. I said, damn. And Jesse Lee Peterson said, doubt every thought. And I said, you know what? I was in my head about this, and I was wrong as I don't know what.
Mm-hmm.
And if I was, that's and it showed me firsthand that you can't be in your head about shit. You can't be think. Sometimes you just have to just let it be what it is until you know what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Because when you get to thinking about stuff and start, now you putting your own rationalization on stuff. Now you starting to think through it. Now you are stuck to your level of interpretation, and you may be interpreting it wrong.
Dead wrong.
So the best thing for you to do is just don't think nothing. Even when you thinking something bad, like, okay, let's just say this, right? Let's just say that you don't hear something. Let's say you got somebody that you usually talk to, right? And you haven't heard anything from this person. You don't talk to this person, right? Now days went by. You mad as hell. You mad. You in your head about it. You like, damn, I ain't heard from this person. You pissed. You don't know what's going on, but you don't know what's going on. But in your head, you just mad and pissed about the fact they didn't call, but you don't know why they didn't call. But you in your head about it. Now you done drew all type of conclusions. You don't know what's wrong with this person. And I went through this with this person, and I'm like, dang, what happened to this person? I ain't heard from this person. Guess what? Their phone wasn't even on that whole week.
Wow.
That's why I ain't hear from the person. They was going through some shit, going through some stuff. Well, it's a late night show, so I say it, but you might listen to it anytime. So let me just clean it up. So person may be going through some stuff, So you just never know where a person is. So you just have to, just see what it is first before you get into drawing conclusions, because sometimes you're your worst enemy.
Yes.
Sometimes you can feed yourself a load of bull crap.
and it's best to be proactive than reactive, right? So I find communication being very important now. I know my ladies out there sometimes, well, we're going to say women, because sometimes they don't know how to communicate effectively. What I mean by that is, if you have a question, right, it's better to ask that question, right? And don't accuse them as you asking this question, right? If you in your head about something, how about you sit down and have a rational conversation and say, hey, well, and ask questions, right? And have a conversation about it. That'll make the relationship again much better, right? Because now you're not stuck in your head coming up with all these different things and all these different scenarios, and honestly all of them negative, right? Ain't not near positive one in there. All of them negative, and you sitting there and you spinning wheels and you're not opening your mouth, and then you done messed up something because you done got so pissed off, right? You done built up so much. Now you are attacking the person, and they're like, what the hell is wrong with you? So it's better to communicate. If you have a question, ask that question, but don't accuse them. Just ask the question. Hey, what happened? X, Y, and Z. It's nothing wrong with that, right? It's good. But all of that is part of being bonded, being together, having that dialect, being able to talk and communicate, and stay together.
Right. You're right. Because a lot of times it's better to ask the person, because if you in your head about it and the person right there,
right,
just ask them. Why would you be in your head about it when the person right there? Just ask them instead of being in your head about it. It makes no sense to be in your head about something and they right there. Right. Be an adult. Be an adult and have an adult conversation.
Absolutely.
It don't have to be a whole bunch of drama all the time. You have to blow things out of proportion and huff and puff and blow a horse down, a house down like a guy, like you're the big bad wolf or something.
Right.
Just take a deep breath. Take it easy, man. Take it easy, man.
Right.
Calm your head down. Calm your head down, no. No blood clot to no man. No talking to crazy. No crazy talk, man.
That's right. Get your making on them. Maybe they can understand that.
Okay. But look, though, it was great hanging out with you. I got to get up in the morning.
Me too.
But we're gonna have a show on Friday, a live stream. I'm not sure what it's gonna be yet, but I had a few things in mind. I'm not sure yet. I had a few titles. I don't know. I'm not gonna even throw it out there yet. But what people need to do is, if everybody's subscribe to the channel, whatever, and you'll get the notification. Just hit the bell, hit the notifications bell, and everything should come straight to you when I put it out there. And after a while, the algorithm will catch up with me. But just make sure that you like the stream. The like is very important, and it ain't costing you a damn. It ain't costing you a dime to like it. Just hit the like button, and everybody is happy. Is everybody's life is good. No big deal. We just showing support to each other. I ain't trying to get rich off you. I just want a few likes. That's all. And if you don't like it, hit you don't like it.
Right.
Fuck it. I mean, heck with it. Hit the downs, hit the thumbs down. I don't care. Whatever.
Right.
I don't expect everybody to like it.
Yeah.
But I really appreciate you coming out, and you know how we do, and we're gonna be out this thing, and like, share, subscribe. Teddy Mac Show. All right. Here we go.